I met Josh in the racquetball court. He was frustrated. He was just telling us and Cait a little bit, with the realtor and being aggressive. And he was kind of not sure about his loan officer as well. Mm-hmm. And I was just like, you need to call Jen. When you did, so just take it from there. Josh, I had to call Jen.
Sure.
I'll take it from there.
So we met playing racquetball, talking about the market at that time. We were looking for a house for 2 years. We had an offer in on that house, or whatever house it was at that time. And we didn't understand. We weren't hearing back from our broker. Like, it was in this limbo state. And you're like, you got to talk to Jen, whatever it was. We gave Jen a call the first time we met Jen. We go look at a house and we talk about this other offer we have, and literally gets on the phone with the other broker in like a minute and was like, oh, yeah, I know exactly what's going on. Blah, 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 blah.
Like all the information we have been trying to get out of our broker to see why it wasn't going through or why it wasn't accepted. We want to know what we can do better and whatever. And he was like, there's really nothing I can get. He's not giving me information. And within 15 minutes of talking to Jen, she gave us the whole rundown as to who got before us. Like, it was everything that we were looking for, because we were like, okay, well, we're working with you now.
Changed rather.
And we found a house within 2 months once we switched over to Jen. And, in that market, which was just getting worse and worse. And I was getting bigger and bigger with my pregnancy at 8 months pregnant at that point. Like, the urgency was there. So it was a night and day experience working with you two compared to what we were doing before. I felt like it was expected of us to just meet what the sellers wanted. And it wasn't like, although it isn't a buyer's market, we were still being like, well, you got to do whatever they want. This isn't, we're not trying to make the best deal for you. And you guys went in and like really
changed the whole process.
I mean, we got the house under asking. We were in here within 6 weeks. We had the moving trucks and me screaming like out to here, trying to hear things. I mean, we never thought it was going to happen that quickly. So,
and one of the other like sticking points was just for Jen was her understanding of our family dynamic, what we were looking for. We had, our geography at that time was all over the place, and thank God we didn't end up in one of those other houses. Because
we started in Huntington and ended in Huntington.
ended where we wanted to be. Yeah. And we were looking at a house, I think it was like in Patchogue. I don't remember. We look at this house and John's like, this isn't, it's like, it's, it makes sense. And she just knew it just worked.
Well, we would check her something and it said, be like, all right, we'll put it on the list for this weekend. She's like, that's a no for you guys because of this. She's like, this is a no for you for that. Like, we walked like a couple of houses together and she was already saying yes or no to things for us without us. Where before we were being dragged all over the island and showing up at things that should have been like, you know what, after walking at 3 houses with you guys, this is a hard no.
And Joe was with us at every single house, which was nice. We were getting sent to the house with our old broker.
Spencer looked at 100, I guess, right, too. But
so it was just a night and day experience looking for 2 years. Rob letting me beat him in racquetball real quick. To getting introduced to John. We were in such a tight spot because 8 months, we were either moving to my mom's basement or like we couldn't be where we were. It was impossible. And so that turnaround in the toughest market that we were part of for so long was just night and day. It was a whole experience.
But it's just, and now we've been here for, over a year and we have a bunch of neighbors with young children. There's like a sense of community here. It's really just been life-changing to be in this house with our neighbors and our friends now. And it's great. Family comes and visits. We're not like all packed in one room.
We got into the absolute perfect house and it was, it checked it all.
Checked all the boxes. Yeah.
It's always game on. Once that contract gets signed, it's like, all right. But fortunately, like I alluded to earlier before you hopped on, Jen, you know this. It's like we get our clients into underwriting before they make an offer on contract. It's not a stressful situation because the I's are dotted, the T's are crossed. We've already have basically a pre-underwritten, pre-approval. We're generating a commitment inside of a week. So like it puts the whole team at ease. Jen goes in into the listing realtor and say, listen, I know my client's only putting down X. We'll close in 3 weeks. Like when she knows she's working with me in Nationwide, she knows that it doesn't matter what the client's putting down. They're closing inside of 30 days because they have the ability to get the clients to underwriting before they make that offer.
No,
So-
and that process too is, going in, you know what you need and all of that, financial record, all this stuff. But the preparation leading to is just, so easy. It's just like, you need these bullet points, make sure you have this, and this, and just.
Right.
And you guys communicated too, which was so huge, not having to relay everything between ourselves and digesting what the information is. You guys were able, you spoke as well. And that makes it, a lot of, it was really nice to have that happening.
But it's like finding to pull a report or whatever it was. It was just like to the T what we needed for what you needed to get us through, and it made it seamless and not like you were talking about before. You didn't have to work. It wasn't about, oh my God, we love this house. We're going in for this house. Can we afford it? Like we knew we could afford it. Yeah. We knew what it was. The only thing we were keeping our eye on at the time was the interest rate because it was crazy. It was nuts. I mean, it was.
Right.
But that's.
And that's what makes my job. You're right. You have a moving interest rate, and it makes my job easier to know, all right, what's my max mortgage payment for Josh and Cait, right? Factoring in taxes, so I have that. I have that information up front, so I can plug and play as rates are moving a little bit, and no, all right, let's put the brakes on, or yeah, we're good here. Huge. It's a huge advantage over any other lender that's out there when you have that ability.
Yeah.
And we felt like you guys had our back too. Like you were always trying to make the best deal for us. So that was like a reassuring thing that when we did through this whole rush situation, knowing that you guys weren't just rushing to sell us a house, but something that we were actually going to be happy in that worked for us, but still we're doing this.
I'll give the tip off to Jen on that. Jen, I'll give props. Her professionalism comes in, and she knows what she has, right? So she'll play the hand.
Yeah,
it's time for her to play that poker hand with the listing realtor, and I don't know anybody that does it better than Jen.
No, Jen. She next with the other brokers was like, we walk away. I'm like, I never want to be on her bad side.
When we went in for the ask on this house, so my profession, I'm in sales. I do deals all the time, try to maximize as much as you can out of somebody. And when we went in, just based on all the emotion of everything that we went through, we love the house. Cait and I were like, dude, whatever the price was, we were like, more. Like, just we lock it down. It's like, absolutely not. Yeah. We are going in at this number. And, typically I would be game for a negotiation, but we were just
2 years of trauma.
It wasn't that. Right. I would just. It's like, no. I think home buying process is big, right, for your family, and it should be an enjoyable process. Then you got a team like Rob and Jen, and it'll be that for you.
You just feel like they have your back and that they have your best interest at heart, and that was such a relief, and it made us feel more secure and confident in this process. Was just knowing that they weren't just trying to sell us a house; they wanted the best for us, and that was just a great feeling, and it really made us trust the process more.
From going and doing it for 2 years in the toughest market that we'll be a part of, probably working with various types of folks, friends that were looking to buy houses and their experiences, just over and over again would recommend these two. I would use them again when we are ready to upgrade or whatever. We're definitely calling these two. And I know even my father's working with Rob. He dealed out on Florida for reverse mortgage just based on our experience here. And my dad's very selective for certain things. So I think it's just a testament to the way they operate. And
100% more. Without a question.
I think we can fairly say we'll never search for another team in our home.
No, absolutely not. No, we found the team that would always work with. Definitely. And
thank you so much.
Over and over again for certain.
Thank you.
I noticed when we made that offer, I always encourage. At the time, I said, you really need to call the lender. And, she was really eager. The selling agent was really eager to speak to me. And I think she called you in the evening, too. And he picks up the phone. He has that conversation with them, gives them that comfort. Because, it's not just me. It really is a team effort. I'm representing my, fiduciary responsibilities to Josh and Cait, but also to Rob, too. And, he's he's the big boss in ways. He's making sure that they're financially secure and sound. So it's always great to know that I can even call him at any given time for him to have those conversations with, selling agent.
Thank you, Jen.